I'm going to go over high tide because I traded this ticker today. But first up, your price targets for Wednesday. We ended the day at $2.21, up 8.33%. This is where we are. To the north side takes us back to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 228. Above that, at 3 standard deviations, roughly 233. That would take us back to a spot we've been to before, as well as this area, 4 standard deviations and another level of resistance and a potential take profit area as well, 238. To the south side, that takes us to 219. This is one level of support we could hit here and then grind sideways, or continue to follow this line up. We are still in an upward channel on the 5. Now, to the south side, one level of support takes us to 209. You can turn on your VWAP, draw your trend lines, your Bollinger Bands, whatever it is that you like to do to mark out your chart. Okay, so negative 2 standard deviations is roughly 209. Below that, 205. And if we get to negative 4 standard deviations, that would take us back to an area we were in 2024 where I marked out this yellow line. Ignore all the lines. They all represent something, but the yellow line is the middle of the trend, or it once was negative 2 or 2 standard deviations in 2024. And looking left, you can see we're just grinding our way up here. And when we are here, this is a clear sell signal, fell back down. And the gap acts also as support or resistance. For instance, this gap right here will act as resistance. And you can, well, you may see it touch this line a couple of times on the way up or on the way down. Same with this one. This gap acted on the way up as support on the way down and on the way up. This is resistance busted through, and then we are still in this gap trade, which takes us down to 198. So it has not been closed. And that is why, partly why I got out. Plus the market is so volatile that I thought I'm just going to get out, because all the purchases that I make right now are for trading purposes only. I have enough stuff in ETFs and individual tickers that I don't need to but I don't need to keep for long term, although there are some things that I will continue to dabble and keep long term, but this is not one of them. This is highly volatile. Do not trade this if you do not know what you're doing. And I've been upside down in this thing, grinding my way back, and it's a tricky one. All right, I can see a gap that I drew out here. That looks like it touched, but did it close? That's the important part. Let's drag it out some more and see. Well, I'll give it a win for that spot right there, and that took us to 180. All the light pink lines, 170, 177, 179, 195, 148, 135, those are the areas I've traded this ticker in the past. I do have a lot of wacky bataki. I don't smoke it, but I will trade it. All right, that took us to 192. That gap is closed. What about this one? I haven't looked at this in so long, so I need to clean up some areas I've marked out for myself. $1.97 we made it to. Okay. I traded this at 229 before. All the green lines are areas I've sold. I bought in at 229. Let's see. Oh, what? I need to mark this because I've traded along this line before. I've sold out at that line, and I've purchased at that line before. It's so funny how things just retrace. You could get in, get up all day long instead of holding on to things. And that's my kind of my new thought on trading, because normally I keep everything, and I'm starting to let go and then play it again when the time is right. 220 to the south side. So if you're upside down on a ticker and you don't want to sell because you're not going to take the loss, or you're not doing tax harvesting, you just grind away at the ticker if you think it's a good ticker to begin with. It has to be a strong ticker though. All right. Okay, the next one I want to go. Oh, wait a minute. One last thing I want to do. Option R to help me reset. A trader taught me that, the option R, and now I like to tell everyone because I'm passing it along. Passing along the gem. All right. So I bought in at 195 here and sold out at 216. Oh, I want to make one other point. So the coordinates were 195 and 216. Yep, got it. That's a 10.75%. So I beat just a little bit today's market price. And the reason I thought, oh, I want to get off is because I did see this gap, and normally I would play this gap, but this gap is not going to just close out, I don't think, in one day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, wait a minute. Tuesday, Wednesday, come on. Jeez, got to drag this. Okay, right here is Wednesday, the end of Wednesday. So tomorrow from here to here is still an upward channel, but by the end of the day, we could end up at 239 and not quite close this, or we could eventually wick up and then down, or not even make it there and then get slammed right back down to here. So I will get back in at this level, and there's a gap right here too. Let me just mark that out because that's kind of, let me turn on the magnet. So we went up. I will anticipate this to go down. And then we've got some gaps a little bit along the way here. But I just want to generically 204, mark it out. Oops, that's orange. That's not my color there. So that could take us down to 204. And then this one starts at roughly 203. So that's going to be a window, and maybe in here, that I will look at buying back in. So let me just mark this out right here at $1.98. I'll erase this one just to clean it up. Okay, so those are my target areas along here to buy back in. Now I'm going to do one more very quickly and I'm out of here, and that's Humana. And we ended the day, it's been forever since I looked at this one, at wait a minute, why did I, oh, that's because 286.78. And that needs to go to purple. All right. So we are up 0.69%. Another level of resistance takes us to 291.10. And that started a gap fill to the downside. 294.17. And we are actually kind of close to this 4 standard deviations. So a wick could get us there at 297.25, but that's resistance, and you know what's going to happen. And this is support, and you know what's going to happen. Even though we're going down, we could bounce. We can go sideways here, bounce off of that and go back up, or generically keep going down until we reverse. Here's your clear sell signal, the buy signal, close enough. Sell down here, rip to the upside. This is the middle of the trend, and from down here, resistance. And couldn't quite hit it, fell back down to support and a buy-in. Okay, what else is happening here? I need to flip this. Oh, and we've got this gap, which will not close on Wednesday, some other point if we continue to go down, but I want to show you this on the daily. What is happening on the daily? All right, we got slammed down with this ticker. We've got this gap to be aware of to the upside, but not right now, not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. We're moving farther away from it. Okay, I must have, oh, this is, wow, I have not tracked this since 2024. Yeah, see, October. I used to put this in black. That's when I color code everything generically. When I look at this quickly, I know exactly what I did. Okay, so, but I don't know what the heck. Why is that in green? That's not even lining up. Sometimes the day the market closes and something shot up the last second and the computer doesn't recognize the candle yet, and so I wonder if that happened, but I don't know. No, I don't leave this green. Green is only for my gaps, so something happened here where, yeah, I'll just delete it. I don't care. It just doesn't look right. All right, sell off, resistance. What is happening? Oh, look what I wrote here. In stars performance for 2025, a loss, 23% loss. All right, we are at 286, so one level to the upside, 314.02, and then we're at the middle of the trend where this lines up, and that again would be roughly 255.60, 254-ish, close enough. Obviously, oh, this gap touched right here when we had this gap up, so that took us to 276.91. Okay. Oh, and then we have a little gap here, so that's an opportunity gap. We went down, so we're going to reverse to the upside, and that opened up on September 11th. And that will take us eventually to roughly 339.92. What is the one-year price target now? 296.76. So 296. Oh, very close to there. Okay, and then what happened here? Baird raised its price target for Humana to $300 from $270, while Morgan adjusted its target to $290 from $285, both keeping neutral ratings. So analysts are thinking there's upside potential in the future. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at, what did I do? High Tide and Humana. Have a great trading day.